Section 7.3 General Applications of percent. In this video we will see some practical problems involving percent and the number of questions answered on an exam, the number of students absent for a given class, and mixing solutions of hydrochloric acid. Example 1. Myrna notes that 20% of her class is absent. If the class has 45 students, how many students are absent? Solution. Let n represent the number of students that are absent. Then we can translate the problem statement into words and symbols. The number absent, or n, is equal to 20% of or multiplied by total number of students in the class, which is 45. Because 20% equals 0.20, n equals 0.20 times 45, and 0.20 times 45 is 9. Therefore, 9 students are absent. Example 2. Misty answered 90% of the questions on her mathematics examination correctly. If Misty had 27 correct answers, how many questions were on the exam? Solution. Let n represent the number of questions on the examination. The number of correct answers, or 27, is equal to 90% of or multiplied by the total number of questions, which is n. Because 90% equals 0.90, this last equation can be written as 27 equals 0.90 times n. Solve for n. Divide both sides by 0.90. On the right, 0.90 times n divided by 0.90 is n, and on the left, 27 divided by 0.90 is 30. Hence, there were 30 questions on the examination. Example 3. Misty answered 30 of 40 possible questions on her sociology examination correctly. What percent of the total number of questions did Misty mark correctly? Solution. Let p represent the percent of the total number of questions marked correctly. Then we can translate the problem statement into words and symbols. The number of correct answers, which is 30, is equal to what percent p of or times the total number of questions, which is 40. Because multiplication is commutative, we can write the last equation in the form 30 equals 40p. Solve for p by dividing both sides by 40. On the right, 40 times p divided by 40 is p, and on the left, 30 divided by 40 reduces to 3 over 4. We need to change p equals 3 over 4 to a percent. There are two ways to do this. We can divide 3 by 4 to get 0.75, move the decimal 2 places, and add a percent symbol to get 75%. Or we can create an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100, i.e. multiply 3 over 4 by 25 over 25 to get 75 over 100, which is 75 parts per 100, which is 75%. Either way, Misty got 75% of the questions on her sociology examination correct. Example 4. 35 milliliters of a 60 milliliter solution is hydrochloric acid. What percent of the solution is hydrochloric acid? Solution. Let p represent the percent of the solution that is hydrochloric acid. Then we can translate the problem statement into words and symbols. The amount of hydrochloric acid, which is 35, is equal to what percent p of or times the total amount of solution, which is 60. Because multiplication is commutative, we can write the right-hand side of the last equation as follows. 35 equals 60p. Now we can solve for p by dividing both sides by 60. On the right, 60 times p divided by 60 is p, and on the left, 35 over 60 reduces to 7 over 12. If we divide both numerator and denominator by 5. Now we must change p to a percent. We can do this exactly by creating an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. So 7 over 12 is equivalent to some fraction with numerator n over denominator of 100. Then solve for n. Cross multiply to get the product of 12 and n on the left, and the product of 7 and 100, which is 700 on the right. Divide both sides by 12 to get n by itself. On the left, 12 times n divided by 12 is n, and on the right, 700 over 12 reduces to 175 over 3 if we divide both numerator and denominator by 4. Then 175 over 3 is an improper fraction, so we'll change it to the mixed fraction 58 1/3. Hence, p equals 7 over 12 equals 58 1/3 over 100, which equals 58 1/3%. Thus, 58 1/3% of the solution is hydrochloric acid. Approximate solution. If all that is needed is an approximate answer, say correct to the nearest tenth of a percent, then we would take a different approach, starting with a line from above that has 35 over 60 equals p. We would divide 35 by 60 to get p approximately equals 0.5833, move the decimal 2 places to the right, and append a percent symbol to get 58.33%. Round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Because the test digit is less than 5, leave the rounding digit alone and truncate. Thus, correct to the nearest tenth of a percent, p approximately equals 58.3%. Note that p approximately equals 58.3% is approximate, but p equals 58 1/3% is exact.